So let it be written. So let it be done. This is Tabletop Terrors. Let's generate some loot, some treasure. This is part of a series called Everything's a Dungeon, which essentially is just taking a random object and creating an entire dungeon out of it. Encounters, monsters, etc. Today, let's talk about some loot. We're going to generate probably a fancy magic item. I think we're leaning towards weapon, but we'll see. And also some general cool themed loot that you can pepper in along with the Electrum coins. So this place, if you haven't seen any of the other videos, is called The Fool's Dream. And it is this maze of glass. It's probably a spire. It's a labyrinth. There are like a ton of illusions, and there's light that powers the place. So what do I want to do? I want to create... We can kind of go, because we've turned a lot of tropes on their ear for this place, you know, as far as the quest and the plot hook we gave the players. So why don't we go with something a little classic? Sometimes tropes are really good. So why don't we go with the treasure, the weapon that they would find? Let's make it a staff. A stave. Hey, Stave. Come on, Stave. So I think it would be cool if this staff has these glass chimes hanging at the end of it. And so this quarter staff, you know, these things dangle off of it, and it kind of looks like, you know, it looks like one of those ugly 90s light fixtures that if you have in your house, they're not ugly. I'm sorry. This is really nice. Like, I'm thinking of getting one. But they dangle off of this, and they clang pleasingly against this really thick, long glass tube. Now, what are the properties of this thing? Well, we can go the easy route and say immediately it can probably cast light. You know, that would be cool. But what if you can draw streaks across the sky with this thing, and they'll remain there for 1d10 minutes? And where did I get the idea for this? Well, in our Absolute Tabletop book, Be a Better Weapon Master. I'm reading stuff right off of the quarterstaff's table. And I'm telling you that because you can go to absolutetabletop.com and check out that book. I'll put a link in the dungeon. It's what we call the comments. But I also promised you some more mundane / interesting loot. So this is going to be to beef up your normal horde. This place is illusory and deals with light and glass. So let's theme some things like that. I'm thinking musical instrument. Let's stray away from lute and flute. You hear that glass, baby? No, we're not going to do that. Let's do... Dude, I don't know what this is going to look like, but let's do some glass bagpipes. Now, Mike the Piper, who has a great YouTube channel that you should check out, plays real bagpipes. So maybe, Mike, if you watch this video, comment below on what that looks like. But some sort of musical instrument where these pieces of glass move, but it's smooth and it sounds good, and it doesn't sound like clattering and clanking, but by forcing perhaps air or light through this thing, it makes some cool sounds. Also, one other small thing, let's do maybe some wine, some really rare, interesting wine that glows or is distilled from light somehow, or maybe a really dark ale that is the antithesis of the wine, something like that. So there you go. That's some treasure. Now, here's what I want you to do. If you like this kind of stuff, subscribe. Crush the subscribe button. And also, it's your job to name that staff. Hey, Stave, give me your best names. What do you think the staff should be called? Put that down below in the comments because I want to know. And let's end this thing with the Tabtarian toast. May you mend the first break. May you kill the first snake. May you conquer everything you undertake. Slancha. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, may your dice roll high.